Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're installing the Danmoto Exhaust on the Kawasaki Vulcan S here. So yeah, let's pretty much get straight into it. Now, first off, we won't be doing an exhaust comparison. I'm going to leave a link down below to TheRealTDawg's exhaust comparison video if you want to check that out now. And also, Danmoto do quite an in-depth installation video already. If you want to check that out, that's also down below. But I'm going to try and compile all the basic information and compile it down into a more of an easier to follow video here for you guys. Sweet, let's get into it. Alright, first things first guys, we're going to start unboxing here. So let's get straight into the box and see what we've got. We've got our main exhaust here, our two headers, a pretty shitty instruction booklet. It doesn't actually even show the Kawasaki Vulcan one in here at all. It's got all the other ones. And then we also have this wee bag here that contains two springs to later connect the headers to the exhaust, and one nut that you need additional as well. Obviously be very careful when you're opening this to make sure you don't cut and scratch your pipes. And there we have it guys, there's the main exhaust piece there. It's actually not as black as I thought it was. As you can see, the pants I'm wearing are very black. It's more of a dark grey, which is actually more like the actual colour of my 2017 Kawasaki Vulcan S. Of course, we've got the exhaust itself, our first header pipe here, our second header pipe here, and yeah, so there's the full contents of the box. Alrighty guys, so preparation, the things we're going to need here today. A socket set. Specifically, we're going to need our socket wrench. We're also going to need a 10, 12, and 14 mil, and the extension bar. We're also going to need an Allen key set, an adjustable or 17mm wrench, and of course our wee extras from before. And that's it guys, that's all the tools we're going to be needing for this installation. It's also good to know that you might need a piece of cardboard, or in this case I'm going to use bubble wrap that came on my exhaust for when you drop the exhaust, the stock one, off the bike. You'll also need a cloth to place over the bar later on as well, which I'll show you when the time comes. So make sure you go pop into your parents' bathroom and grab their fanciest towel. Righty, so first things first is we're going to remove this side panel here. It gives us access to the O2 sensor, which is running on the line down here, as well as just a bit more space to access the one bolt that's holding in the stock exhaust. So these require actually a really small Allen key. You'll only need a 3mm Allen key here for this. Be careful when you loosen these to make sure you don't scratch this plate because it is quite glossy and scratchy. And just pop that plate to the side for now. You can now put your Allen key set away. That's the only time we're going to be needing it for this installation until we, at the very end when we place that back on. The next step is to remove these 10mm bolts. We've got one here and another one located down here at the bottom. These bolts do include a washer, so don't forget about them when you go to put them back on. Alright, so now just to pop off this plate, we want to apply some pressure here, here, and here is where they're popped into place. So we're going to start with the top one, side, and then bottom. Alright, so next step is our O2 sensor connector here. Pop this off. I actually didn't mention before, you actually need a screwdriver, a small head screwdriver, just to lift a clip inside here to pop that off. It's also mounted at this point here, so just pop that up and slide it off once you've disconnected it. So I'm using a very small flat-headed precision tool just to pop this. And that's probably the most difficult and frustrating part of the install. So now that this is loose, it will pop up off this little sleeve here. You want to leave it off this metal bracket behind because later this will be too short to connect back up at this point. You need it over to the side here. This is now loose down here. We need to disconnect this so we can feed it down there. Again with your 10mm. And that just disconnects like that. We've got that loose now. and I'll put this nut to the side. Alrighty guys, next step is removing the header gaskets here. Go ahead and change your socket wrench to a 12mm. These are them located up in here. In order to access them, we're going to have to reach in underneath the radiator under here with our extension bar and give those a loosen. This is also a great time to chuck in that towel and underneath under this bar here. I'm going to start with the far one over here because it's the hardest one to access. Alright, those are nice and loose now. Alright, now we've come to the main bolt holding the exhaust in. That's a 14mm, so switch that up on your wrench here. And this one is torque loaded in, so you ideally want to use a torque wrench for this. Cool, because we've loosened everything already, I'm now going to chuck this under here. If you loosen the back end first before loosening the headers, you'll have much harder trouble loosening the headers afterwards. So make sure you do the headers first and then this. I'm now just going to go back and remove the header nuts fully. Alright, we are now ready to take off that final bolt and drop the exhaust. Alright, we'll get to this point, so make sure you're ready to catch it. When it drops, it weighs about 4 kg. Righty, there she blows, the big ugly thing. This is where we grab our adjustable wrench, guys, and we come down here and remove the O2 sensor. It's a 17mm if you don't have an adjustable and you've got a spanner set. Very important that you keep this clean. It's quite dirty on the outside, so when this comes out, be very careful with it. Right, now that that's out of the way, we can get this fella out of here. Alright guys, now so we're just going to attach the main exhaust to the headers. It's pretty much just give it a bit of a jiggy to fit in. I've left them really loose at the front there, so it makes it a whole lot easier to do. Because they are painted, it makes it a little bit harder to slot in. Alrighty guys, so we're all finished now. Let's fire up for the first time.
Alrighty guys, so I've had the Danmoto on for about a week now. First impressions, it's very loud. Like, it'll take you a long time to get used to it. I'm used to it now, but it's definitely very loud, and to be honest, I'm definitely a police magnet now. But it does the job of getting people's attention, that's for sure. Like 100% it does that job, and people know you're there. That was my big issue before with my sewing machine on the stock exhaust sewing machine sound that you recently got. It was useless. But now I'm loud and proud, but I'm a bit of a cop magnet. However, I have not been pulled over. I have been running in traffic with cops, and all they've done is give me a look. But still, I would say it needs a decibel killer for sure. But yeah, other than that, I'm super happy. Sorry guys, I've actually ended up getting the flu, so I'm going for a ride while I'm sick. So sorry if I sound all bunged up and stuff, but yeah, so the installation, I missed out a wee bit of footage. Actually, I'm right here. You can just cut the corner, that's fine. Yeah, so at the very last part of the installation, I missed doing the springs on and putting the final bolt back through. So, just so you guys know, that big final bolt, when you put that back through, you use the new nut that was supplied. That should actually fit, even though it looks like it doesn't fit. It is a 17mm spanner, so I use my adjustable wrench to hold that in place, while using my adjustable wrench on the 14mm on the main bolt to put that back in. Yeah, other than that, there's just the springs that go connect the header pipe and the exhaust pipes to hold them in place, and you'll just need some long-nosed, thin-nosed pliers just to pinch those in place once you put them on. If you want a good example of that, check out in the description below the original Danmoto install video. Other than that, it's a pretty easy install, and it's, you know, the effects you get from it are insane, but you honestly have no idea how loud it is in the video, that's for sure. It is so much louder than you think. Basically, if you consider the stock bike as being only engine noise, which is what I believe is pretty much true to be true, you pretty much can't hear the exhaust at all. The bike would be easily 10 times louder. No over exaggeration. So we're heading up in the hills there that you can see in the distance. We're going to go for a ride up and cruise around there, just for a nice big cruise today. It is windy and it is supposed to rain, so we'll just see how we go. Yeah, so do I think it's worth it for the money? So basically it was 400 New Zealand dollars. I think that's like 280 US. It is so much cheaper than the Two Brothers, which is what most people have. And obviously, me being over here in New Zealand, it was a lot easier to import the Danmoto, which they have a warehouse in China, in Hong Kong, to import from there than it was to import from the States. So not only did it get delivered faster, but it was way cheaper. And basically, if you order any automotive parts over $400 New Zealand, you get charged with import tax. So I luckily scraped it under that bracket and saved myself $100 in import tax. So that's why I chose the Danmoto. Was cost more than anything. As far as how the bike's running, yeah, we're getting a bit of backfiring now. It's not huge. In fact, I would say fuel consumption wise, I don't notice any difference. Performance wise, I really haven't given the bike a big run on the open road since I got it to really see how it operates at those higher revs, other than a little bit of a blast on the motorway. It's good. It's good. I don't really have any complaints. There's no loss in performance is the big thing. Fuel consumption, we seem to be still getting the same amount out of a tank in terms of distance, which is good. So I did have a few issues while installing. So my exhaust pipe where the headers connect seemed to be damaged on one of the headers, so it was slightly bent. So I had to bend my header pipe in order to fit that in. Didn't film that. It became hugely problematic and hugely stressful. So yeah, if you do end up picking one up, make sure you check the connections are going to fit before you even start the install. If you're in the States, it's obviously be a bit easier to return it to get a perfectly fit one. In the interest of time, I was okay with bending my header pipe in order to make it fit. Luckily we're not getting any leaking out of that area there too, so which is good. But yeah, just a friendly word of warning to keep out for it if you get your own one. Alrighty guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm gonna wind it up here. If you've enjoyed the content today, don't forget to give us a like. If you don't like it, give me a dislike and let me know the reason why down in the comments below so I can improve next time. And yeah guys, if you're enjoying the content and want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification button too if you want to just get notified when I put new stuff up. But generally guys, every Monday new videos are up. And yeah guys, I'm just going to end the video here with a bit of a montage over the hills. Enjoy, have fun, stay young, and peace.